All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Redlock. I'm still Dio, but I got a throwback caster here with me from yesterday. Welcome back, Consumer of Bean, for Airline Food versus Jempio.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a long time no see. You know, a whole 24 hours without me being here. It's just
crazy. I was getting withdrawals.
Way too much.
Resident Airline Food Representative, Lynchburg, Virginia, seeding 11th out of quals. Absolutely getting dunked on by the Hiddens. Absolutely dunking on a lot of the tapping maps. Number 2 on Nomad 2, number 3 on the DT3, number 4 on that Hard Rock 2, number 5 DT1. I mean, those are some good scores. Hidden's a little stinky, but those are some good scores. Versus Jempio, seed 22 out of qualifiers. Solid aim scores, solid Hard Rock 2 score, solid Nomad 4 score. Also, unfortunately for him, getting absolutely dunked on by the Hiddens in qualifiers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to see Jempio probably pick into these aim Nomads and Hard Rocks because, to be honest, I don't know how much other ground there is that he can try and contest on.
Yeah, I think a lot of it in round of 32, especially for these middle seed matchups, is going to be decided less on qualifier picks and more on overall comfort on the pool. We've seen a lot of people picking into Nomad 3 because of that. We've seen a lot of people picking into just basic DT. But I think for LynVA, the answer is kind of obvious. You're just picking any of the speed and tapping maps. You're picking Hard Rock also, where it's not super gimmicky. So that to me says Hard Rock 1, Hard Rock 3 are somewhat likely. Maybe not the Hard Rock 2. And obviously you're double banning Hidden because... yeah, I mean, I feel like Jempio, what are you picking exactly? Nomad 5 ban here makes sense for Jempio as well. Nomad 5 is probably the single that's picked for LynVA in this pool.
Yeah, I would presume that Jempio might actually pick into these Hiddens because despite struggling on the qualifiers ones, these are easier, and both Jempio and Lyn do struggle on these hidden maps. So I think that it might be another spot where Jempio could potentially contest here, but I do think that's probably going to be later in the match if it does happen. But I do think we're going to see these like Nomad mechanics, not tapping, but aim. Maybe the Nomad 3, Nomad 1. Nomad 1 tapping probably isn't a problem for Jempio.
Nomad 4 shout here for Jempio, potentially.
Maybe, yeah.
The CS8. It's a little bit of a toss-up. But put in a couple runs if you're comfortable on it. I think it can be really, really good for you. And DT2 insta-pick. Okay.
Respectable. Exactly kind of what you expect out of Lyn here. Just abuse this guy on the speed and DT. Entirely reasonable. I will say, I'm really hoping that one of them do decide to pick Hidden too. I just want to see how it goes. I think it'll be beautiful.
Hidden 2 in this matchup would be glorious. It'd be generational, perhaps.
Absolutely. I think it would just be ideal, honestly. And we're getting into the first map here. Apricot, I don't know, I never know how to say that. Finger control DT at 240 BPM. Lots of weird even-numbered streams here right off the bat.
And we saw El Condor Pasa lose on this earlier. Breaking 3 times in multiple different places in the map and fumbling the bag. So hopefully this does not happen to LynVA. Unfortunately, does drop the ball early on here. Drops the combo alongside the ball. And Jempio picking it up, repossessing on his way toward half field. But nope, also drops it. Both players dropping the combo at the same time here. And the accuracy pretty much even, so... This is anyone's map right now. 20k difference between the players. No sizable lead whatsoever from the early combo lead for Jempio, but I mean, 20k is 20k. That's still a win if it's in his favor by that margin by the end of the map.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're seeing a lot of that early stage comfort here. You know, no one's really skill capped on this pool. It's just a matter of, you know, are you the guy that misses once or the guy that misses twice, you know? Or FCs. But obviously we're well past that. Dead even though going into the second key eye drop part. Ack favoring Lyn a little bit here. And that is going to switch the score. 1K left in favor of Jempio here. Dead even right now. Both players putting up pretty respectable score on this right now. Just those early breaks.
And those early breaks are kind of devastating, honestly. You don't see
we do see the
really early break, and
LynVA
LynVA actually
goes down.
finds another drop on a slider.
But Jempio also goes down. 10K left at the end here.
Man,
this is an act
so
game.
Close.
Oh, Lynn finds another couple breaks on that 1/3. And that's going to let Jempio pull away at the end here. Breakpoint on the DT for LynVA. That is a disaster.
Yeah, that is absolutely a disaster. That is not what you want to see for LynVA early on here. That is rough. And now, and honestly, I think just indicative of how different this DT2 is as compared to so many other maps from the qualifiers pool. Those scores were number 7 and 8 out of 20 who have played the map so far this weekend, by the way. Even 550k, not too shabby on that map, but unfortunately not going to be enough to win for LynVA, as Jempio just ahead. And again, you go back to the qualifiers pool, where LynVA was number 3 on the DT2 there, but it was a much more straightforward, speed, stamina-focused map, much like the Nomad 5 in this pool. You look at the DT3 in qualifiers, LynVA struggling a little bit on that. It's 10.3 alt DT, so a little bit different. But this is the kind of gimmicky DT map in the pool this week, is that DT2. So unfortunately, just not able to convert on that slightly more gimmicky DT2. And now Jempio going right into the aim control. Not necessarily something that LynVA is bad at, but not necessarily a strength either, and certainly one of his lower scores from the Nomad pool in qualifiers. Only 330k on that Nomad 3 in qualifiers, but Jempio himself only 375k on the Nomad 3 in qualifiers, so neither of these players particularly strong on this. I think this map's a little bit of bait because it feels easy, it feels comfortable for a lot of people, and that means we've seen a lot of really high scores on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jempio does find a pretty big break going into his first KI, but as you were saying, this is a comfort pick for a lot of people. This kind of snappy, low SR, lots of players play these maps to farm PP.
Okay, farming PP on stuff like this is a little wild. I don't know. Who's doing that map?
You could definitely do it.
Okay, all right. Let's get back on the Tyler Derps extra. No break.
Okay, maybe not with streams like that. But...
no break at the end of that first long stream for LynVA. First KI time going well. Still on the full combo. Jempio down now 60k off that early break and climbing. Again, it's 315 or so combo advantage for LynVA. Not going anywhere until we see a break come through. And that's an if, not a when, really, because this map, we've seen double FCs on this.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a good chance here that both these players just hold to the end, in which case it would favor Lynn. But that score lead is already growing up to 6 digits here. And we're halfway through, so there's still plenty of time for things to go terribly wrong. But so far, Lynn has looked just a little bit more comfortable. Higher AC, more combo. That's all you need to win in this game. Never mind.
Well, they both miss. So.
Well, they both miss, which, yeah.
I think that's just GG. I don't know if you're making up 150k from scratch at the end of the map.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm very inclined to agree with that assessment. And that's not very appropriate.
That's not very appropriate. You better watch it, buddy.
I'm going to have to bring this up with tournament committee.
I will get you.
Yeah, so tournament committee, how are we feeling about that phallic drawing? I think it's kind of, just inappropriate.
It is pretty inappropriate. I don't know, man.
There might be children in the Redlock CA chat right now.
They're
witness to that symbol.
Knowing this game, there are definitely some children in the Redlock chat right now. Anyway, they're both missing at
tragedy.
the end. Not going to matter any of what goes on here. 150,000 score lead for LynVA. And Jempio with a mispick, man. I don't really know how else to say it, but that's just a mispick. I mean, this is going to be not quite bottom score, but near bottom score for Jempio on the map for the weekend. I think only Azun scoring lower than this. Yeah, second lowest score of the weekend for Jempio on this. So, as much as I want to praise solid scores, you got to call out a mispick when you see it. And that's definitely a mispick. This is a map where if you're not getting 550k, 600k plus, you're likely to lose. So 590k, good enough this time around for LynVA. Off of a bit of a mispick from Jempio, and now straight into DT1.
Yeah, I mean, I think with picks like NM3 in the early stages, it's not necessarily like a tactical error to pick it, but you have to be able to execute and not get nervous in match. I think that's what we saw, is just unfortunate misses from nerves, because that level of difficulty, both these players can FC it in solo, not breaking a sweat, but it's just a matter of actually executing it in match, where Jempio unfortunately fell short. We do see Fortnite Drip picked by LynVA. Not a surprise here, wanting to abuse Jempio's low DT scores. Even if it didn't work out the first time, this is a completely different kind of map. More traditional DT aim with some triples and 5 bursts at 274.5 beats per minute. And it is also Fortnite Drip, so there is the aura bonus from picking it. Yeah, we'll have to see if Lyn can hit Jempio with the Fortnite Drip here.
Can he outbuild him?
Can Lyn crank enough 90s to win this build fight? And with that first miss from Jempio, it's looking likely.
Oh, no. I know nothing about this game. First miss from Jempio, and I think this map really is good for DT players and not just aim players, because of the fact that it's 275 BPM, and there's actual triples and like a 5-note burst or 2 in this map as well. On top of that, it's awkward aim, it's 10.3, so, the DT players actually eat good on this, despite it being just an aim map.
Exactly. I mean, the high AR is a filter for a lot of people, myself included. Just that alone can really make it a rough showing if you're not comfortable on it. And we can see here that Lyn has absolutely boxed him in like a fish. Cranking 90s Fortnite Drip on this guy. Already over 1 million score. I haven't played Fortnite in like 8 years.
That game's been out for 8 years? What? I'm sorry?
2017, right? Yeah.
Actually?
I think so. Or was it 2018? I don't know. I was playing that shit in like middle school.
That checks out. I'm just surprised how old it is.
It's been around.
July 21st, 2017. This game's 8 years old. Oh my god. Fortnite's old school, bro.
Yeah, sorry, Ramindra. You're old. And so are we all.
We're all old. We are all old. Fortnite Drip is now a boomer map.
Okay, honest note here, complete earnest. That score from Lyn was really solid.
Yeah, that was
a very
good score.
clean
that was
FC.
A good score also, yeah. Nice FC. Where does that rank on the weekend? That's number 2 on the weekend. Second FC on the map. Second only to Pink Eye Fan. So yeah, that's a good score.
Yeah, that tracks. And we do see that Hard Rock 2 pick come out from Jempio. I think this is a pretty smart pick. Very contested Hard Rock scores and qualifiers between these two, and it's a skill set that both are like pretty good on, but not super good on. It's kind of in that weird range where you can definitely see some discomfort out of Lyn.
I also just think
Jempio's feeling good.
I also just think Lyn's tech is way worse than Jempio's.
Yeah.
You just look at the qualifiers Nomad 4, right? 500k to 230k in favor of Jempio on the. It was the OWC quarterfinals Nomad 4 from last year. That's It's Our Destiny by Azrilk and Ishtiak. So straight up slider tech, Jempio has a huge advantage. Hard Rock precision tech is a very different story. But in theory, the skill set on this map favors Jempio a little bit.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. Its map isn't super slider techy, but there is a little bit of that aspect, and it gets just amplified by the CS 6.5. So much easier to misplace your cursor.
Map is also one that's been very, very tricky for a lot of people throughout the weekend. As is typical when you pool hard rock precision tech, most people miss. And I think one FC and one like really good high axe slider break choke. But aside from that, people are struggling on this map, and there's a slider break for Lyn. Minus 3% AC for Jempio, though the score still finally now goes over. And the full combo continues, so Jempio going to continue to build this score lead, but slower than you otherwise would with the AC lead for LynVA. Unfortunately, another break comes through for Lyn, and yeah, this is looking like a real good pick for Jempio. The combo gaming here is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Jempio found a really solid skill set to pick into here. Already 140k in advantage here, and only a quarter of the map left. This is not a long one, so pretty much already sealed this one. Especially with the extra free combo here, bringing that closer and closer to 200k. And Lyn finds another break. We'll just have to see if Jempio can close this FC out. I believe it's an FC.
This is an FC so far. This map doesn't really let up until the very end. Even the final slider is slider breakable in this map. So you really got to be on your A game until the very end. Here we go, the last stream into the slider. And there's the FC from Jempio.
Very well
really
done from
nice
Jempio.
score.
Back-to-back FCs, Fortnite drip into sick.
And that
I think we have a match.
We have a match, yeah. That's the number 2 score on that Hard Rock 2 also for Jempio. Second only to Marwin's FC. Second FC on the map on the weekend as well.
And Lyn goes straight into Hard Rock 3 after that.
Yeah, that tracks, honestly. Hard Rock 3 is a really, really tough map in this pool. It's not any one pattern that's hard. It's not any one thing about it that's hard. But it's 3.5 minutes of PKK ult on Hard Rock. It's just hard. And of course, Lyn, qualifier results aside, is just a really solid Hard Rock player. I do think this is a lot more of a toss-up pick, though. Both Lyn and Jempio had extremely similar scores on Hard Rock 1 and Hard Rock 2 in qualifiers. We just saw Jempio beat Lyn on the Hard Rock 2. So while I don't disagree with this pick in theory, I think, honestly, a lot of the picks from here on out are probably going to be like this, where it's unclear who actually has an advantage, because these are two players with a similar-ish skill set, and a lot of the differences in that similar-ish skill set have already been picked.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lyn's already done his best to take advantage of Jempio's weakness here. And I would put Lyn at an advantage in terms of skill sets here, both being pretty solid on the ult and very strong on the Hard Rock. Does find an early break, but it's a long map, so not too worried about it. But at the same time, when these pools are, on the lower end of star rating, all it takes is, just performing a little better than you might expect, and suddenly you just have an FC and you win. Or performing a little worse than you expect, you miss once and you're cooked.
This is definitely one where I think one miss does not cook you, just because of how ridiculously tough the consistency on this map is. 3.5 minutes of ult is really tricky because every pattern is missable just about in a map like this. I mean, you have to be on point for every single circle in something like this, so definitely consistency is a really, really big aspect of a map like this, and so with how difficult overall it is to remain consistent, one miss is not too bad, but that's another one. That's the second one, and that's not too good.
I mean, we're talking about Jempio at a whole 0 misses right now, and that's really going to let him peel away. If the score here, 700 combo, doesn't get tripped up by that stupid fast slider that I hate. Pushing 800 combo into the second Ki, looking a lot more comfortable in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really, really solid run for Jempio. And again, This goes back to what we were talking about right before the map started, in that, yeah, Lynn just not able to stay consistent, not able to hit these patterns, and jempio just locked in right now. This goes back to what we were saying right before the start of the map, right? Is that both these players are really solid on Hard Rock, and both of them, I think, have the potential to pop off on this. It's just jempio this time around who is on both of the Hard Rocks so far, absolutely destroying. I mean, FC on the Hard Rock 2 into now 1200 combo on this Hard Rock 3 at least. This is a really, really solid run from jempio, and called it out on the Nomad 3 for jempio. Kind of have to call it out here on the Hard Rock 3 for Lynn. Maybe a little bit of a mispick. It's not necessarily a really rough score, but it's certainly not one that inspires a lot of confidence. And I think the problem again is that this map is just so volatile.
Miss there, or the spider break, excuse me. But yeah, I totally agree. Jempio has been looking so comfortable on this pick. I think Lynn might have felt a little overconfident due to that lackluster Nomad 3 performance from jempio, but unfortunately, Hard Rock Ult is just a different game. So comfortable on this, and already over 700k. Just an extremely good performance out of jempio here. We're now going to see our third breakpoint of this match. Jempio does find another break here, but the damage is well past done. We'll have to see if jempio can consolidate on this breakpoint, but the question is from here, what do you pick? What do you have left where you can, confidently take a point?
Yeah, that's going to be jempio top scoring this map on the weekend by a good 70k or so. Better than Pink Eye Fan, better than El Condor Pasa, better than Raikai, better than Flat Paper, and also better than LynVA. So that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lynn, did not realize that jempio was actually the greatest Hard Rock ult player to ever exist, and jempio goes straight into that Hard Rock 1, so we've now exhausted the whole Hard Rock pool here.
I mean,
going into Sumi Nation,
I think this is just the most obvious pick in the world, right? Like,
easily, yeah.
I think dunked on him on 2 Hard Rocks in a row. Just pick the third one.
Yeah, any other pick, I think, would be probably not the greatest idea here. And looking past this, no matter who wins this map, I think Lynn should pick Hidden 2.
True. I think Lynn should pick Hidden 2 also. I agree with this. we are not gaslighting. He should just pick it.
No. I have a reason for this. Hang on. Let me pull up the feedback channel. I remember seeing something from Lynn here. From LynVA in feedback. So LynVA posted, I like the Hidden 2.
Okay. Anything else?
That's why Lynn should pick it.
Okay. No.
I swear I saw him post somewhere that he wins it this week. I don't remember where though. Let me find it. It might be an airline food. Hold on.
Well, while our resident airline food commentator goes and grabs that, resident airline food player, LynVA, finding an early miss actually on this Hard Rock 1, and jempio on these Hard Rocks is just fantastic. There's really not much else to say. It's on LynVA to prove he's still got the Hard Rock in him. Do see a miss from jempio though, does come out, so ability for a comeback still alive for LynVA at the moment. Score will come over. I think during these early sections, this is actually just free combo for LynVA. This doesn't really become a solid advantage until after a first ki time is over, because that's really where the aim kicks up in this Hard Rock 1, and especially the flow aim requirement on these streams leading into it. Now, higher spacing requirement in this first ki time, still just a 100 combo advantage for LynVA, but there it goes. Jempio does find a miss on one of those jump sections, and you think back to the DT1, DT2 not working out, but DT1 working out. Hard Rock 3, Hard Rock 2 not working out, but the Hard Rock 1 so far looking good. These aim maps for LynVA so far have actually been quite good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have found the conversation I was looking for. It took place in Gremlin Squadular. I'll read it out to you guys. From Lynn. On everyone's life, I win HD2 this week in Redlock.
On everyone's?
To which a friend of ours on the show here, Dio, responded, surely you just picked tapping though. To which Lynn responded, you think I'm scared? I'm that guy, buddy.
Okay. Well, let's see if he's that guy, buddy.
We'll have to see if he is in fact that guy, buddy.
Also, I think you mean Capybara Squadular. Excuse me.
I do mean Capybara Squadular. My apologies.
Well, this map's still far from over. There's still another half of the map left to go. This is, in fact, the Hard Rock tiebreaker. 5 minutes long, basically.
Yeah, and a solid 500 combo lead for Lynn here.
Oh,
and
make that
900 combo lead, yeah. Over 100k of lead, and now we're starting to see here that we might just have a fourth breakpoint this match on our hands. Nobody knows what to pick here.
Really funny. So DT2, Hard Rock 2, Hard Rock 3 for Jempio. Pretty convincingly. Nomad 3, somewhat convincingly for Lynn. DT1 very convincingly for Lynn. Hard Rock 1 very convincingly for Lynn. 2 aim maps, Fortnite Drip and double-elimination. And then 1 alt map, but it's fully snap alt. Whereas DT2 kind of slider jumps, a little bit of low slider jumps as well. I'm feeling like maybe it's a snap aim versus a flow aim kind of matchup between these two players right now, just based off of the maps that we've seen. The Hard Rock 3 so much more flow aim alt patterns in that pick. The Hard Rock 2, of course, tons of flowier tech streams in that map. And a little bit more technical, obviously, but tons of aim wins, and especially snap aim for LynVA so far. And I'm discussing this so in depth because I think the last pick for these players coming up, right? It's really, really important. This is now last pick for Lynn and then last pick for Jempio, and we are tied up 3-3. So they don't have much room for error.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lynn is just dominating here. This is an incredible score out of him. Does misplace on that triple though. My fault, OG. My bad. But yeah. I mean, unfortunately for Lynn, once you say, you know, on everyone's life I win Hidden 2 this week, you are morally obligated to pick it. And I think it's a little bit more of a flow aimy map than snap aim, so it might not be the greatest idea here, but it is what you are, you know, ethically it's what you have to do.
I think ethically you're correct.
But we'll have to see if Lynn values the ethics more than the win here.
Personally, I think you should gamble all of our lives. It's the ethical thing to do.
Yes,
really
absolutely.
Good combo, by the way,
incredible score out of Lynn. Is that the top one this week, or
no? Number 2. Number 2 to Marwin.
Number 2.
Marwin also did not FC. We got a full suite of A ranks on the Hard Rock one this week. And another, I have to say it, a little bit of a mispick for Jempio. That is the bottom score this week. So we have second top score and bottom score in this lobby, and unfortunate low roll there for Jempio. I mean, I think you can low roll that and miss a couple of times in the middle and get a really rough score like that. And you can also high roll a little bit like Lynn and get a really, really good score on that map. But I think it's just kind of a testament to how close this match is. That both
and we do see the Nomad 4 pick, so I will never let Lynn live that down.
No, you're not living that down.
This guy, death threat in the Discord DMs already sent. But yeah, we do see the Nomad 4 pick, the CS8 gimmick map. It's kind of close to Hidden 2 when you think about it, just without the Hidden and the Hidden 2. It's also only 1 minute and 17 seconds of drain time.
Yep. 30-second break in the 1 minute 45-second map.
Yes, sir. That's how you know it's a good map.
Oh, exactly.
Unfortunately,
that's
that
how you know
means
it's a song, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It also unfortunately means that Jempio is the hope here to pick that Hidden 2. which is unfortunate because it's probably his worst pick.
Hold up, breaking
I mean-
news. Breaking news. Osage is taking a point versus Wandirio in the other match right now.
Holy shit.
That's actually some breaking news. Oh my. Hard Rock 3, point for Osage versus Wandirio. Let's go, Osage.
Holy. But yeah, we're getting into the map here. There's not a lot of combo at all. So everything matters here. That early break from Jempio actually does genuinely matter.
Oh yeah. And this is, despite being so short, despite being the lowest star rating in the pool, this is the lowest average scoring map in the pool also. You see both players really struggling with the accuracy. And
Welcome to the 30-second break.
Yeah, here's the 30-second break. Not much of a lead right now for Lyn. It's only 15k. Ac advantage by 2.5% almost for Jempio here.
Lyn A rank because bad act. Jempio A rank because miss. They are not the same.
And top left triple. They both hit it. Oh, Jempio misses the linear at the
Jempio
bottom
does
of
go
the
down.
field.
Lyn goes down as well.
Afterwards. Oh my god. I think because this map is so few combo, that like extra 10 combo just built up 50k score for LynVA.
Yeah, just about. And Jempio finds another miss. Lyn gets POA with this one. Good pick, but not the right pick.
Not the right pick. Good pick.
This guy is
But
cooked.
not the hidden two. And yeah, this map has been played in 10 separate matches by 20 different players. And the average score is like 430k, even including these two scores. So,
if Jempio picks the hidden two, I will be the biggest glazer of my life.
Actually true. Please pick the hidden two. Jempio, hidden two. Let us see it.
Though if you are Jempio here, I mean, if you're not picking Nomad 2, no way. So it's either Nomad 1 or Hidden 2. Like,
Yeah,
if you pick
surely,
Nomad 2,
surely.
you're throwing, like just genuinely throwing.
Genuinely, yeah.
And
But, okay,
Nomad 1 is...
the weird thing is though,
And we do see the Nomad
Okay.
1, My Sweet Maiden.
I actually think this is kind of wrong. I actually kind of think Nomad 2 was maybe better. Hear me out. Nomad 2 in qualifiers was like actually a stamina map. Nomad 2 this week is Baby's first stream map that has very little stamina and just some flow aim. And Jempio's been better on flow aim all match long. The snap aim, the snap jumps, Hard Rock 1, DT1 both going Lyn's way. Nomad 3 going Lyn's way a little bit. Nomad 4 is so dissimilar to anything else in the pool. I don't really know how to count it, but
I see the vision, but at the end of the day, we're talking 81k versus 956k in qualifiers. That's not just a gap. That's like a chasm.
okay, to be fair now, Nomad 2 this week, Azer got 99.6 AC, 686k. Nomad 2 in qualifiers, that guy was also not having a good time. So, like, these are two very, very different maps, man. They're actually so different.
But also, Jempio and Azer, we're talking about the difference between
Okay,
number
fair
7
enough.
seed
Fair
and number
enough.
22 seed, and it's still a 3x score difference for Azer, 263k on that versus 80k. 80k is in the territory of, complete incompetence on the map, unfortunately. Like, that is
fair
like
enough.
absolutely zero comfort. 260k is like, you can low roll 260k.
Okay, wait,
from an
here's my
FC.
real counterpoint. Jempio beat Lyn on DT2 already. Boom.
Facts. I mean, I can't disagree with that. But Lyn did beat Jempio on Fortnite Drip. And that
Yeah.
map has tapping in it. There are circles in that map. We do see both players off to a really good start here. I mean, this is the kind of map where, you know, there's a couple of jumps, but mostly it's just free combo, to be honest. Unless you're, like, absolutely tapping gapped. So it's going to be basically just hoping no one has a tragic shitness on this free combo in between these KI sections.
Yeah, this is almost certainly the easiest map in the pool, despite being 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So it really is all about just not shit missing.
And so far, both players are doing that. Dead even act right now, by the way. Exact same percentage. Which, you know, not really what you want to see if you're Jempio, trying to take this to tiebreaker.
Look, he's got
Lyn drops a slider.
One higher. He's got point. Okay. Never mind. My bad, man.
Yeah. Does commentator's curse count if it's 100s? I think it does.
Probably does. LynVA act looking pretty good right now. LynVA's combo looking pretty nice right now.
I agree. I mean, it would just be such a shame if Lyn were to break on these jumps, you know? It's like...
Yeah, I mean, he's got this match in the bag. Like, all he has to do is hold the FC, hold the act. And this match is already in the bag for LynVA. No problems here. Okay, buddy. Hop on the main. Get off the alt.
Yeah, actually, at Redlock Canada, we do employ child labor for the commentary booth. So if you'd like to sign up, like... feel free, man.
That's true. It is pretty obvious you're a child, so yeah, we could use the slave labor.
Exactly. Unpaid child labor is the Redlock Canada motto.
Real.
But yeah, both players holding the full combo here into the solo. Just lots of free combo. The entire map is free combo, you know.
On everyone's life.
Jumps.
On everyone's life, Lyn misses right now.
Doesn't that mean that Jempio misses?
No. Oh my god, no way! No way, man!
You did that. That's your fault.
Serious?
You did that.
Are we serious?
You did that. This is all your fault, yo. Why would you do that?
The one time tiebreaker is possible. And you...
Why?
Are we serious? Oh my god. Alright.
I can't believe you've done this.
I hate life, bro. No Gidby all weekend. I hate life.
That means pool showcase, we're switching the tiebreaker. It's going to be Gidby again.
That's true.
We're going to keep doing it till we get it.
Okay,
no,
Gidby a second time.
This week is like a huge banger.
I think Jempio knows it's over.
Lyn's FCing, Jempio is cooked.
Yeah.
Unfortunate mispick, I think, from Jempio. You know,
I can't even call that a mispick, man. He just shit missed the end of the map. It's not even a mispick. Like, he just shit missed the end of the map.
Because the other option's hidden too. I mean, it's not a mispick, but yeah, Lyn does close out the FC, and Jempio unfortunately gonna lose 5-3 here. Still a 700k score, but on a map like this, that's just not gonna cut it.
No. And that is rather unfortunate, but that is the way the cookie crumbles and the way the match ends, with LynVA taking the win over Jempio on Nomad 1. I mean, well played to both of these players. Was a solid run there for Jempio, but unfortunately going to be dropping down into the losers bracket, and LynVA taking victory in the round of 32, 5-3. Very well played to LynVA, and good luck to Jempio in the losers bracket.